Hey, I'm bored. We should do something. We got like 30 minutes. What do you say we play a quick game? I was thinking, how about we play some Monopoly? It's pretty fun. I haven't played in a while. New guy. How about it? Let's go.
Alright, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, it sounds like a good, popular game. What about you guys?
Monopoly? It literally takes 3 hours. We only got 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't get the type of time.
Come on, guys. I'm new here. You guys gotta teach me a thing or two about this game. So what's the whole point of this game?
Oh, that's easy. So the whole point of this game, you want to bankrupt everybody and lose your friends.
What do you mean? That's not even how you play the game.
So then, how do we play the game then?
This is basically an overview of the game Monopoly. As you can see here, there are different title deeds that can be bought by a player if they land on it, or if this is owned by a different player, then whoever lands on it has to pay the other person a certain amount that is listed on the card. There is a 4 out of 40 chance of landing on 6 of these colored tiles, and there's a 3 out of 40 chance of landing on either the brown and the blue tiles. For instance, with the orange tile, if you want to add a house or a hotel on it, you have to first get all 4 of the tiles for you to be able to put property on it. For example, with one of the title deeds called St. James Place, in order for you to get this, you have to first land on St. James Place, and you have to pay $180 to the banker. With this, with no houses, if someone lands on it, they have to pay you $14. And once you get all 4 of these orange tiles, then you are able to put houses and hotels. And with that, for each house, it says on each card how much people have to pay you.
And once it's your turn, every single time you pass go, you get $200. And if you land on a property, you get the choice of buying, selling, or auctioning out. I mean, there's only like 2 ways to win. You can either bankrupt everybody else or be the last one with the most money.
Wow, that's a lot of things we gotta know, and a lot of things we gotta be aware of. Can you guys give me like some tips in trying to play this game? Like some calculations that I can simplify, or you guys can simplify for me, like which ones are some good places, or which ones are some like generic calculations that we can do, or maybe like the first roll. What do you think is my chances of rolling a sum or something? When it comes to starting off the game, there's certain rolls that are going to appear really often, and we can see that in the sample space of 2 dice, we can tell that the number 7 appears 6 times compared to other numbers. Alongside with that, you have 6 and 8, which has a probability of 5 out of 36. Meaning the most likely chances of you landing are Oriental, Chance, and Vermont, in which you can either get a card that can give you something random, or you can actually start buying properties just by rolling on your first roll. Besides getting just the sum, there are certain things that we have to also keep in mind. When we roll a double, that means we move that amount and we can roll again. For example, if we were to roll an 8, we were more likely to chance on Oriental Avenue. And what this means is that we can roll again and also have to include another dependent event in which you had to find again the different chances of rolling any sum from a dice. Another thing we can think about is how to get the maximum amount of spaces one can move on their single turn. Since we already know that getting a doubles allows you to go to roll again. However, if you were to get 3 doubles, you automatically sent to jail. So, in this case, 12 is a maximum on a six-sided die, meaning if we were to use 2 of them, we'll get already 24 in total. However, we can't have another 12 sum because it's gonna send us to jail. So instead, we should think about one lower, since they're not considered doubles. So the maximum spaces one can move on their single turn will be 33 spaces. If we were to calculate this maximum number of spaces to move, we would have to make an equation that includes all these three events. On the first one, we know that we had to get 2 6s, which there's only one possible way of getting 2 6s, which is 1 over 36. And then we had to add the other event, or in this case multiply the other one, and it's the same thing. After that, we know that we cannot have a doubles after this, so we're gonna need the next number that's lower to this is 11. However, there's 2 different ways that 11 can be shown. We got a 6 6 6 5 and a 5 6. So in this case, we have 2 over 36, and then we can multiply all this out to be a number less than 1%.
So if you're lucky enough to land on a chance, which is the 3 out of 40 tiles, you either get lucky enough to either receive money, which is 3 out of 16 of the chance cards. And if you're unlucky, you'll have to pay 23 of these chances, which aren't very much. Or you could advance to 1 place as boardwalk and lose most of your money. Or you wanted a 16, which is either get out of jail, go to jail, or just go back 3 spaces.
As well as chance cards, there are also community chest cards that you can receive. You have a 3 out of 40 chance of landing on a get a community chest card. And out of those community chest cards, there's 16 total. You have 11 out of 16 chance of receiving a good community chest card, in which you either collect money, other players give you money, or the bank gives you money. And then you have a 5 out of 16 chance of receiving a bad card, which is having to pay fees, getting arrested, or having to pay a certain amount of money, going to jail, and paying more fees.
Okay. I mean, the chances of rolling 1 double is 1 out of 6, so...
And to get 3 in a row, that would be 1 6 times 3.
Since we know the probability of rolling a single double, we can then use this equation to determine the probability of rolling 3 doubles on 1 turn. We can present this as, then we can substitute each event and then multiply them. We can get 1 over 216 as our probability, meaning that less than 1% chance of happening of rolling 3 doubles in 1 turn.
Yeah, it's pretty fair, this game. 1 over 216% chance, man. I mean, going to jail, man. How am I supposed to play, dude? How am I supposed to even get out of jail when I'm gonna have $50 out of this? How am I supposed to do anything? This game is not fair. What am I supposed to do? Oh my god, dude. This is... Dude!
Hey, what I tell you guys? Play Monopoly, bankrupt them, lose your friends. Welcome to the game.